Go ahead.
We're here at the Civic Center and you're watching Nitros Now. Go Dynamiter.
Welcome to Nitros Now, the program that talks about the week that was and the week that is to be for the Kimberley Dynamiters. I'm Jim Scott.
And I'm Steve Peterson.
Thanks for joining us, and we have a really good show lined up for you today. Now we have number 40, Sennett Patton, with us to give us an indication of how he felt about the game tonight. Number 40, Sennett Patton, you were named second star of the game. Big comeback, a couple of goals on your first game back. First of all, let's see how you felt throughout the game.
I felt pretty good out there. I was getting the opportunities, and I was putting the waffles in the toaster out there. Just putting the puck in the back of the net.
You had a couple of chances late in the third period and in the overtime, and one pass I think you got from Vanucci, if I'm not mistaken. You kind of chipped it and went over the net. What was up with that?
I don't know. I was too late seeing the puck, and I tried to chip it in to get it over the goalie's pad.
All right.
Just missed the net.
And went over the goalie's pad for sure.
Yep.
The Dynamiters had this game well in hand, leading 6-2 with just over 5.5 minutes left in the game, and we were talking about how the Crescent Valley Thundercats can't be taken lightly. We kind of said it with the idea that you guys wouldn't have any opportunity to let them back in the game, but bang, 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 in 4 minutes they scored 4 goals, and a minute later they took the lead. Tell us how you as a hockey player, when you're seeing that kind of an onslaught coming, how does it make you feel?
Well, it doesn't make you feel good, but you got to go out there and try to change momentum. You got to go back your way, and get the puck in their end and make some hits. And try to switch momentum.
Switch momentum, and when you saw Johnstone put his slap shot through the goalie almost, how'd that make you feel?
Unreal. I was jumping on the bench. I was so pumped.
I think the stands and the whole team was pretty pumped when that happened. And at that point, did you figure that you had the game won?
No, not at all. I thought we were going to go into overtime.
Well, we knew it was going to overtime, but did you have the confidence that the team could play in the overtime period and take?
Oh yeah,
yeah. You were confident with that.
Yeah, we got lots of speed out there in the 4-on-4, lots of ice. So
have to give Stepper some credit, and we're going to talk to him a little bit later in the show. In the second overtime, he was one-on-one with, I think it was Brennan Formosa, and I think Stepper basically outweighted him and chipped the puck away from him. That was a big turning point.
I was right behind Formosa there, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, I see Steps, but he's always calm in there, so he knew what he was doing.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you for taking the time tonight, number 40, Sennett Patton, and good luck in the playoffs upcoming in the next couple of games, which hopefully the Dynamiters will be able to take first place in the division.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Number 40, Sennett Patton. Now we want to thank number 88, Richard Hubscher, for taking the time and coming to talk to us after a really exciting game. And Hubby, as the assistant captain for the Dynamiters, watching the team come back against you, what do you say to the guys on the bench or the guys on your line when stuff like that's happening?
Oh, we just got to settle it down. We were rushing passes, making stupid plays, and just running all over the place, and that gave them momentum.
They had a really good forecheck with it in that last 5 minutes of the game, and it seemed to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the defensemen were looking for that fancy play, or they were holding the puck too long and allowing the forecheck to get in on them and steal the puck and getting the opportunities. Is that how you saw it as well?
Yeah, the beginning of the game, they weren't hitting our D-man, and then by the end they started hitting them, and they thought they had more time than they actually did. And
I noticed John Skeet played a lot of the game, an AP for you guys, and I know the coach staff wants to give him experience, and even late in the third period he was out there on pretty much a regular shift, and he played pretty well, but again made a couple of what you might call rookie mistakes, and they came back, but you guys eventually came with a victory.
Well, he's a good D-man, 16-year-old, he plays the body hard and he works his ass off, and that's all we can ask.
And you want to give him confidence in this league, because he's very, very likely going to be a Dynamiter next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Richard, you're leading the league in scoring, and was that one of your goals coming into the league this year, or when you first started with the Dynamiters coming back after You played about half a year with him last year and came back this
Yeah.
year. What were your personal goals coming in?
Well, really, I just wanted the team to have a really good year, and I wanted my own goals was about 80 points, and I was just happy when I got there.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything after that's just bonus.
What's the difference this year from last year? Because you were here, then gone, but from your perspective, what's the difference between the Dynamiters? Because a lot of the Dynamiters were here last year as well, and this team obviously has done substantially better. What would you say the difference is in the dressing room and on the ice?
It's definitely just confidence. Like last year, we started off well, and then halfway through the year, we just lost it, and I don't know what happened to everyone's confidence, and we just started losing games, and it seemed like it was an okay thing in the dressing room.
So there wasn't a lot of passion when the losses came and
Yeah.
and that sort of thing, and confidence, of course, that's going to be a big factor. Anything else you want to say about tonight's hockey game?
Not much. We got lucky on that one.
Well, you came away with an 8-7 victory, and that still gives you an opportunity to take first place in the division. You have to go back into a tough bar in Creston on Friday night. Is this victory going to help your confidence or the team's confidence going into that barn, or is it something that they're a tough team and you're just going to have to play balls to the walls?
We're just gonna have to give it everything we've got. Chip in, chip deep. They seen today. They play hard. So
Yeah.
we got to play better.
And they play full 60 minutes no matter what the score is.
Yeah,
And you have to do the same.
exactly.
We want to thank number 88, Richard Hupsher, for coming in and talking to us, the KIJHL scoring leader. And congratulations on that, and good luck in the next couple of games.
Thank you.
I'm with Dallin Wolf, number 14 at the Kimberley Dynamiters. Let's talk about tonight's game. Wow, entertaining to say the least. Did you guys think it was over at 6-2?
Yeah, we sure did. We kind of gave up there for a bit, and it just shows you can't really quit on any team at any time. Or that'll happen. We came back, so
Yeah, they came back with a vengeance. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. When you get into that sort of situation, what do you think the crowd ought to do to that? Because I mean, everyone's holding their breath.
yeah.
Start pounding on the bleachers.
Yeah,
or-
it's always good when the crowd gets into it. It really,
I know.
really fires us up. So yeah, it helps out a lot.
So is tonight's game kind of a foreshadow of what's to come in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it could be.
Could
There's
be.
a- there's
I
a
mean, you
chance.
won it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that matters in the end, is that you won
Yeah.
it. What did the coach say to you guys at the break?
He wasn't happy with the big comeback they had, but
That didn't look like he was happy.
no, he happy we got the 2 points though, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Now you're the rookie on the team, but
Yeah.
you carry a little bit of weight, as I can see by
Yeah.
that fight tonight. What brought that on? Was there a
Just coach wanted us to send a message. We're not gonna get pushed around on
So-
the rank, and
so our guys were getting?
yeah, we're getting pushed around a
Some
little bit,
good
so we
shots.
wanted someone to step up.
All right. Well, you're doing a great job. You got 7 goals and a number of assists already this year.
Yes.
Excellent. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, thank
Anyone
you.
you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank the team for pulling through with the big win after that, and all the fans out there. They're great. So
You got it. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot. Good job.
Now it's our pleasure to talk to the goaltender for the Kimberley Dynamiters, number 31, Braden Ostapchuk. Stepper, it looked like the Dynamiters had the game well in hand, 6-2 with 5.5 minutes left, and then the roof fell in. Looking at what happened, a lot of bang plays that you had no chance on for the majority of those goals, but you made the biggest save of the game with about 4/10 of a second left with a great glove save off of, I think that was Formosa as well. So when something like that starts to happen, we got 5 minutes left in the game, you got a good lead, and then they score one, and tell us how a goaltender feels from then on to the ultimate result where you guys won.
Well, it was first of all, it was a roller coaster tonight. There's no doubt about that. It was obviously we had a really strong start. We were playing solid for 40 minutes, but we kind of fell off there. And I know I take a lot of responsibility. I feel if they get 5 goals in 5 minutes, there's no way that's all just on the team, right? So I thought a few of those, I probably was out of position. I wasn't playing my best, and they did get some bounces, but. The key after a goal, you can't just lose focus. You got to just get back on, and that's all that matters is the next shot, right? And unfortunately, they kept getting a few, and then it ended up having to go to overtime, which it never should have. But yeah, and then in overtime, it was just drop the puck, and I guess I got lucky on a few of those, so we're lucky to get the win.
Tell us what you were thinking second overtime, right at the beginning of the period. Again, Formosa, probably their best player, Brennan Formosa. and Jordan Johnson's one of their better players too. But Formosa's got the puck. Nobody near him except you and him, and it looked like it was almost a duel out there. Tell me what you were thinking then.
Well, first of all, the puck came in and it was down the corner of my glove side, and I saw, I knew Formosa was out front, and so when the pass came, I pushed out hard on him, and he was up pretty high though, and he kind of bobbled the puck. It was kind of snowy ice out there, and so I knew that I was already down, I was committed, I had pushed out, and I knew that if I gave him time, he would have deked me and I would have been burned. So I kind of had to go for it. I just kind of lunged out, and I got lucky. I was able to put it out to the corner.
Yeah, you got the poke check, the dreaded poke check, and put it in the corner.
Yeah.
And that was probably the turning point in the second overtime period, because it wasn't very long after that Isaac Shocker went down, took a shot, goaltender makes a save, and from almost behind the red line he fires it and it bounces in. They thought that the net was off its moorings, and to be honest, from my perspective, it was about an inch or two off the moorings, and that's how the puck got in. But as a goaltender, obviously that's likely happened to you from time to time. What do you do to prepare for the next game and not get down on yourself?
Well, we're a strong team, and we showed in the first 2 periods that we can play with anybody and that we can dominate games. We know what we can do. We just got to get back, have a good practice and just refocus and just take a fresh mentality. This game is over. We got the win, and now it's just a new game.
So you got 2 more tough games against Creston and Fernie. Let's talk a little bit about you growing up and starting off as a goaltender. At what point did you know that you were going to be a goaltender?
Well, when I was about 5 or 6, I started playing hockey, and I was a skater, and I always wanted to be a goalie. I don't really remember it that much, it was quite a while ago, but my parents said I'd always just back check, and I'd always just try to make saves instead of the goalie. So I felt I always just wanted to be a goalie, and my parents ended up letting me do it, and so I just kind of went from there.
How old were you when you started in goal?
I think I was 8 when I started in goal.
All right, and you grew up where?
In Lethbridge.
In Lethbridge. So having been a goaltender basically from 8 for the last, you're what, 18,
18, yeah.
So the last, how many years is that? 10 years? Thank you very much. And you've obviously been improving. I would suspect that you've been contacted by teams to talk about your future. What are your plans?
Well, right now, my plans, I'm just focused on this season. That's all that matters, just the playoffs, and obviously the playoffs don't even matter right now. We just got Friday and Sunday to worry about. But I'll worry about that later. Those things are going to work out. The better we do in playoffs, and the better I finish the season, the more likely it is that I'm going to be able to move on to where I want to go. Obviously, my goals are junior A. I have high aspirations. I want to be able to get a scholarship to play NCAA Division I. So, but that's all down the road, and right now the mindset's just still right here. So I'm not really looking too heavily into that.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to come out after a very interesting hockey game.
Yes.
Number 31, Braden Ostapchuk. Well, hope you enjoyed tonight's Nitros Now. This is Jim Scott.
Steve Peterson.
We'll talk to you later.
Good night.